Hey, what is going on, guys? In this video today, we're going to be going over the top 10 sweatiest skins right now in Fortnite. I know it's a very different video than what I usually upload, but I think every once in a while it's a good idea to switch things up a bit, and I think this video today will be fun to make and hopefully fun to watch as well. As the title suggests, I'm obviously going to count down from 10 to 1 with the skins that I personally believe are most used by the sweatiest players. Obviously, this is very subjective and personal experience plays a big role in it, but the main characteristics I'm looking for here are skins with very small and skinny player models, skins that are in the item shop fairly frequently for cheaper prices so a lot of people can buy them, and it's an extra bonus if the skin's been popularized by a certain pro like you'll see a few times in here. Before we start, leave me a comment down below with what you believe the sweatiest skin in Fortnite is, and without further ado, let's get right into it. Alright, so starting off with sweat skin number 10, we have Whistle Warrior. If you remember back in the day, this skin used to be like the bootleg female soccer skin for players that couldn't get the actual thing because they were so rare at the time. Whistle Warrior is only 800 V-Bucks, which is the cheapest price for a skin, and it also has a really thin player model, which is perfect for sweaty players. The main reason it isn't higher than number 9 is because it's actually become somewhat rare. It was first seen in the shop November 2018, and since then it's only been back 12 other times, with its last appearance being 247 days ago in February. Sweat skin number 9 is Bullseye. This skin pretty much hits all the requirements of a sweat skin to a T. It's a pretty simple and clean looking female skin, it's only 800 V-Bucks, and it returns to the item shop ridiculously frequently. The first time it appeared was a little less than 2 years ago in November 2018, and since then it's been back an additional 30 times, and that honestly may be the most appearances from any skin on this entire list. The only reason it isn't higher is because I feel like its popularity has actually faded away a bit recently for whatever reason, and I can't really recall any memorable pros maining the skin either. Coming in at number 8, we have the Hush skin. I believe this is actually the newest skin on the entire list, with its first appearance in the shop being December 2019, but despite that, it's established itself as one of the sweatiest skins in the game very quickly. Multiple pros have mained this skin for short periods of time, it's relatively cheap at only 1200 V-Bucks, and I actually believe it's one of the more unique looking sweat skins, which is probably why so many people choose to use it. It's only been brought back to the shop 9 times so far, but since it's still very new, that number will increase and it'll probably become even more common as time goes on. The number 7 skin on our list is the Dark Bomber, and this is the first skin that was really popularized by a single player at first, and as I'm sure a lot of you guys know, that player's FaZe Sway. He was the first person I really ever saw that mained this skin, and as he quickly became one of the more popular Fortnite players out there, the popularity of the Dark Bomber basically followed suit. It was first added to the game on October 8th, 2018, and since then it's been purchasable in the shop on 24 different occasions, so it's super common. The only thing I think that keeps this skin from being any higher than number 7 is the price. At 1500 V-Bucks, it's actually pretty expensive, so it's likely going to be a little less common than the sweaty 800 or 1200 V-Bucks skins that you'll see on this list. Moving on to skin number 6, we have pretty much every female variant of the soccer skins. There are actually 4 different female soccer skins, and they're all pretty much equally sweaty at the end of the day. I honestly think about a year or so ago, this may have legitimately been considered the single most sweaty skin in the entire game, but the only thing holding it back at this point is that it's actually been out of the item shop for a while, and just in general hasn't made as many appearances as a lot of other sweaty skins. These skins were initially added to the game on June 15th, 2018, and in total the skins have only been in the item shop 12 different times, which over a 2.5 year time period really isn't a lot. Plus, at the time I'm making this video, the soccer skins haven't been in the shop in over 200 days, so despite undoubtedly being very sweaty, the skins are just a tad bit too rare to be any higher than number 6. At the number 5 spot, we have the Crystal skin. This is actually a relatively new skin to the game, with its first appearance in the shop being August 2019, so barely over a year ago, but in that relatively short time, it's definitely established itself as one of the most commonly used skins by sweaty players. I've seen multiple pros main this skin from time to time, including Unknown Army, Wolfies, and many others. Since the first time we saw it, it's been brought back to the shop 14 different times already, so it's pretty consistently in there at least once a month. Plus, it's a green rarity skin, so it's the bare minimum price of 800 V-Bucks for a skin, so when you combine all these factors together, it's easy to see why it's so commonly used by really sweaty players. Coming in as the number 4 sweatiest skins, we have Manic. This is another one of those skins that I believe was really popularized by a specific pro, and at least to me, that pro would be Scoped. He mained that skin pretty much all throughout his time duoing and trioing with Tfue, and that's also when he established himself as one of the absolute best controller Fortnite players in the world, so it obviously makes sense why a lot of people would want to use the skin themselves. The Manic skin is another relatively new one, first added to the game in October 2019, and since then it's been brought back 12 times, so again pretty much once per month. And the fact that it's only 800 V-Bucks definitely factors into how common it seems to be. Now we get into the top 3, and at the number 3 spot we have Sparkplug, but at this point I honestly think more people call it the Click skin than its actual name. This is the skin that Clix has mained for what seems like his entire Fortnite career, and now that he's arguably the single most popular competitive player right now, it isn't a shocker that a lot of wannabe Clixes are running around using this skin. It was first seen in the shop February 2019, and since then it's been brought back 22 separate times already. And at a price of only 1200 V-Bucks, it's a very affordable skin compared to the higher rarity ones. At our number 2 spot for sweatiest skins, we have Dynamo. The pro player that I most associate with this skin is Metro, but honestly, this is one of those that a ton of pros have used at one time or another. This is actually one of the oldest skins on the list since it was first added in July of 2018, but it's continued to stay relevant since it's been brought back to the shop a whopping 27 times since then. It's also relatively cheap at 1200 V-Bucks, and honestly, I've always thought this was one of the cooler looking sweat skins, so I get why a lot of people would use it. And last but not least, for the number 1 sweatiest skin right now in Fortnite, we have Aura. Using this skin gives you one of the slimmest player models in the entire game, and most people seem to agree that it's just better looking in general than most of the sweat skins. Plus, unlike almost every other skin in this video, Aura actually has 2 different styles, so as long as you switch between them fairly frequently, players are just much less likely to get bored of using it, and both of the styles look really good. Aura was first seen in the shop May of 2019, and since then has made 15 other appearances. Aura is also only 800 V-Bucks, so it's the cheapest price a skin can be, and maybe this is a bit biased to say, but Aura is pretty much the only sweaty skin that I actually wear somewhat frequently. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and if you watched the entire thing, be sure to let me know with a comment down the comment section below. Which skin do you believe is the sweatiest in all of Fortnite, and do you think I missed any skins that should have made the top 10? Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, turn on post notifications, do whatever the heck you want, and I will catch you guys next time.